Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make these two pieces. Very easy to make. So you might need about 4 yards of fabric for the top and the bottom, because the top is just a crop top. So guys, the first thing you're going to do is just the pant, right? So it's not I'm going to be making mine is a palazzo pant, but the leg will not be too wide because it's a Akara fabric. So first thing is that you're going to fold your fabric like this, and then you're going to make sure that the width you have here is about your hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 4 inches. So guys, your hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 4. So my hip is 48, divided by 4 is going to be 12, right? So I'm going to make sure that 4 fits in here, and that's not enough, so I'm going to extend it even more. So guys, first thing I'm going to do is my hip measurement. Now I have exactly what I need, which is my hip divided by 4, 12, right? Plus extra 4 inches fits in. Okay, so that's perfect. The next thing I'm going to do is my hip divided by 4, mark it, plus 1 inch of seam allowance, add it here. Go to the top again, mark my hip measurement divided by 4, which is 12, plus extra 1 inch of seam allowance, mark it. So that's 13. I'm going to go ahead and connect the two. The next thing I'm going to mark is to come down from the top part here and mark where my crotch is going to be. So you can do the same thing again. Your hip divided by 4 is what you can use here again. Or you can also go ahead and do, I want this to be really high-waisted, right? So if you want, as you're calculating this, also insert your band. So you can come down here by, know that your band is going to be 2 inches, remove that from here, and then insert your crotch measurements, right? And how you're going to get this crotch is just to sit down on a chair and calculate from your waist down to the chair, right? So once you sit down, put your tape on your side from your waist down to the chair, or you can just do again your hip divided by 4 and use that here. So for me, that's going to be 12. So that means if I put into consideration my 2 inches of band, that means my crotch will be at this point here, this line here, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just bring it down 1 inch, because I want mine to come up a lot more. Like this will work if you have tummy and you just want your high waist to be really high because you're wearing it with a crop top or something. So that's why I just added 1 inch to mine. But normally what it would have been is just take this up by 2 inches and then insert whatever your hip divided by 4 is and use that length. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a curve down here, just like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and also come to this part here and do my waist divided by 4. So whatever your waist measurement is divided by 4, mark that, and then go ahead and add 2 inches to it. So 2 inches, 1 inch of that, and 1 inch of seam allowance. You see, I'm marking it from this center point out. And then once you do that, you're going to go ahead and blend this into your hip line, just like that. Just blend it into the side. And then the next thing we are going to do is just to go from the top. Guys, we are going to be using a back zip for this. So we're going to be adding zip at the back of this pant. So you're going to take from your waist to your knee. If you are still considering your band, take up your tape again and just start from 2 inches above that, right? Your waist to your knee, and then your waist to your ankle or wherever you want the pant length to be. So guys, the next thing to do is the line of this part here, the line of this your crotch line. You're going to take this line, whatever it is, find halfway through. So for me it's 16. I'm going to find half of 16 is 8, right? So I'm going to bring it down again and mark 8 again down here, and then I'm going to take it down and again and mark 8 down here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just to connect all of them together. Make it straight, and then connect from this point again all the way to here. This is because I don't want my palazzo too wide. So what I'm going to do is come to this point here. I'm going to take away 1 inch on this side and then 1 inch on this side, and then I'm going to come down to this bottom part. I'm going to take away 1.5 here and 1.5 on the inner side, and then I'm just going to go ahead and connect it again all the way to the top. and then connect it down to this part here. I'm going to do the same thing on the outer part. So guys, all I have to do now is to go ahead and cut. If you want to narrow yours even more, you can do 2 inches here, 1.5 by the knee. But just know that the more you're coming in, the more it's going to look like a straight leg pants, right? So this is okay for me. So let me go ahead and cut it now. So guys, now what I'm going to do is to come in here by at least, because remember I'll still use half an inch to sew this side. So what I'm going to do is to come in here by 4.5. That's my nipple to nipple divided by 2 plus half an inch is what I'm going to come in, so that I can be able to insert my dart here. And I'm going to go ahead and notch it. So my dart is going to stop from my waist down to about 8 inches down from here is where it's going to stop. That's 2 inches before your hip line. So wherever your waist is, so you're going to put your tape back again, 2 inches for your band, and then you're going to check. Normally it might be 10, so 2 inches before that is going to be at 8. So my dart is going to stop somewhere here. So I'm going to go ahead now and fold this again so I can be able to cut the back panel. So guys, what I'm going to do for the back is, first of all, I've folded it again, placed my front panel on the back again, and then what I'm going to do is to make sure I have at least 1.5 inch on this side, and then at least 4 inches on the inner part, or 3.5 on the inner part. So first I'm going to extend my crotch here by at least 3 inches or so, and then after that you're going to come up here by the waist. So I'm going to go from the end of my front panel, I'm going to go in by 2 inches, mark it up here, and then I'm going to come out here and add back that 2 inches, right, in a straight line. Just extend the straight line here and add back 2 inches here, because I went in here by 2 inches, right? And then after that, the next thing I'm going to do is just from this point here, I'm going to connect it to this crotch. So you're going to connect it this way into this crotch line. Just give it a curve like this. Once that is done, because like I said, I'm going to be adding a zipper to the back. I have my zip at the back. You can add your zip to the side. If you're adding a zip to the side, then just leave it like this. But since I said I'm adding my zip to the back, I'm going to come out here by at least 1.5 for my zipper allowance, depending on the length of your zip. Wherever you feel your zip is going to stop, connect it to that point, and then the rest is going to be your crotch, right? This is just my flap for my zip. I'm going to put it back now. So what I'm going to do next is, from this first line that I made, remember this is my flap for my zip. From this first line I made, I'm going to connect it in a slope to this point. But in the meantime, also make sure that you have at least 2.5 to 3 inches here, depending on your size. If you're a bigger person, 3 inches will serve. A smaller person can get away with like 2 inches at the top. I mean, if your butt is bigger, right? So you're going to connect it from here all the way to this point, to this extra fabric you have at the top of your clothes. And once that is done, by the side here, like I said, I came out here by 2 inches. I'm going to try at least to have 1.5 by the side here, and then coming down to the rest of it, I'm just going to add 1 inch all the way, 1 inch all the way to the end, right? The same on this inner part. I'm going to try to have 1.5 here, and then the rest I'm going to just make it 1 inch all the way to the end. And then I'm going to connect from this point here to this part. And that's basically it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out this here. And also don't forget your pants dart. So the same 4.5 that we did in front, I'm going to mark where it's going to be. Remember, not for my flap, but for the initial line I made, which is here. So my dart for the back is going to look something like this, right? And then half an inch on this side, half an inch on this side, connect it. And that's basically it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. So guys, that's basically it. All I have to do is just take my front panel, sew close this part, and then put my dart. The same thing for the back. I'm going to sew close this part here, like halfway through. At least you're going to come in 1 inch into this part here, sew it close, because your zip is going to go in here. Put in your dart, join the 2 sides of the front and the 2 sides of the back. You understand? So this is it here. So this is the 2 sides for my back and then my front also. So I'm going to go ahead and join this together. So guys, this is the pants here. So like I said, once you finish joining everything, join the 2 pieces of the front by the crotch, join the 2 pieces of the back by the crotch, and then you join the sides, add your band. Your band is going to be about 5 inches open, so that when you fold it into 2, it will be 2.5 on this side, 2.5 on this side, and then you're tucking half an inch at the edge, and then insert the waist of your pant in and sew it. Guys, I already have many videos on how to make a pant on my channel, so let's move over to the top. And once you're done, the seam allowance you left is just for you to go ahead and add your zipper for the back part, the back. So you see what it looks like at the back. So that's basically, so I'm going to, and then you hem the edge of your pant. So for the top part here, so guys, there are 2 ways you can make this. It depends if you want yours to have a zip or if you don't want it to have a zip. So whichever one, if you want yours to have a zip, go ahead and leave about 1 inch by the end here. If you don't want it, then make both the front and the back the same. You understand? Or you can leave just half an inch here so that you can use lining to turn it over. That is for the front panel. You can leave half an inch by the center front. So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and I'm going to, because I'm not sure I'm going to be using a zipper for mine, so I'm just going to leave about half an inch by the edge here, or I'm just going to cut it so that you guys should see, but I'm going to then go ahead and cut off the excess. So basically you're going to have your fabric on a fold for the front, for the back, and then on a fold also for the front. So I have 4 pieces here if you count it. So but all of them are on a fold, you see. So what you're going to do is to start like this. So you're going to also check the length you want it to be. You can use your half length plus 1 inch, right? Your shoulder to your waist plus 1 inch, and then you're going to go ahead and mark your shoulder measurement divided by 2. For me, that is 8 inches. So mark that, come down here by 1 inch of shoulder slope, and then I'm going to insert my armhole. If you don't know how to calculate it, just use your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. Mark that, connect it to this point at the top. The width you're going to make your fabric is your bust divided by 4, and then you're going to add 2 inches to it. 1 inch of seam allowance, 1 inch of ease, because this is not supposed to be fitted, so you need to add extra 1 inch to it. So my bust divided by 4 is going to be 10.5 plus extra 2 inches is what I have here, right? The same thing, I'm going to come down to my waist and do my waist divided by 4 plus extra 2 inches. There's no darting on this top here, and that's basically it. I'm going to go ahead and connect it all the way to the top, give it a curve by the armhole here, and then I'm going to come up here, mark 3 inches for the neck width, connect my shoulder slope, and that's basically it. So come down here, mark 1 inch for your neck depth. Guys, that's it. So I just have to go ahead, cut this out, cut the shoulder slope, the armhole, and the rest. So guys, this is basically it. Cut off the neckline, the shoulder, armhole, and this. Then you're going to separate it, one for the back panel, and then the one with the extension of 1 inch is going to be the front panel. So I'm just going to go ahead and also cut that part out. But what you're going to do is for the front, you're going to come down by 3 inches from the shoulder tip here. So that's going to be your neck width. You can do 3.5 if you want it a little lower than that. So I'm just going to do, let's say I do 3 inches is okay for me. I'm just going to connect it with the curve, and I'm going to cut it out. This is just for the front panel, and then I'm also going to go over to the armhole here. Halfway through this line, I'm going to come in by half an inch, mark it, connect it this way, and then with the curve, cut this out so that my armhole in front will relax better and not bulk up. So I'm going to cut this out. So guys, once this is done, I'm going to go ahead and slit this open. So this is your front panel that you're cutting open now, and then you're going to go ahead and trace it out on the lining, right? So I'm going to trace it out. Guys, remember, like I said, there's no darting on this top. It's just the way it is. So you're going to go ahead and trace out the lining that you're working with. And then also you're going to go ahead and cut your sleeve. So you see this fabric is already on a fold. I'm going to fold it, and then I'm cutting the 2 sleeves at once. So fold it again. You're going to come down here so from the shoulder, I'm going to come down by 4 inches for my cap height. And then on this line, I'm going to just go ahead and mark halfway through this line, straight line, and then find halfway through there is going to be 6. Give it a curve this way, and then a curve below. If you look at the end, at the cuff of this sleeve, you notice that her own is quite free. So what you can do is your armhole, whatever it is, mark it, and then you can do plus extra 2 inches, just like we did for all parts of this top. And then you're going to connect it. So 1 inch will serve as your seam allowance, 1 inch will serve as your ease, and then connect it this way. So I'm going to go ahead, cut from here all the way to the top. So guys, this is what we are working with. This is my sleeve. So basically all you have to do now, like I said, there's no dart, so you just have to take your top like this, and then you're going to join the shoulder to the shoulder. You're going to do the same for your lining. So you're going to just take it, and then you're going to join it like this. So guys, you're just going to take it, join the shoulder and join the shoulder like this, and you're going to do the same on your lining too, and then use it to turn it over. And remember, you can also go ahead and add a zipper if you want to. I'm still contemplating it. I might still go ahead and remove this, cut off the excess if I decide not to put in my zipper allowance, sorry. So I'm going to go ahead now and trace it out on a lining first. So guys, another thing you will do is for the back panel, you go up by at least 1 inch here, and then blend it into the side, because remember, your back and your front shoulder to waist is not the same. Your front and your back half length are not the same, so you would have to remove 1 inch from the back. So now I'm going to go ahead and connect it this way, so just like this, and then I'm going to cut this off. But if you don't mind, you can still leave it this way. It's just that it's going to drop at the back on your waist and cover the waistband a little. If that's not a problem for you, that you don't mind it not being so cropped at the back, just leave it like this and turn it over. But I'm going to just reduce 1 inch from it. So guys, this is it here. I've gone ahead and, so first of all, once you join, you're going to use lining to turn it over the whole corners, right? So you see at the end here, I didn't fold it. I decided not to use lining at the back because I didn't want it too thick, so I just folded the edge here and then use lining to turn over the front. You see my seam by the side here all the way to the sleeve. So all I have to do, you see how I did it here. So basically I just use bias to run the back neckline, join it in by the shoulder here, and then I joined every other thing inside here all the way out. So all I have to do is just to take this sleeve, insert it here, and then I'm going to close it up by the side, and that's basically it. So guys, this is it here. I've gone ahead and joined it. So this is the center. Guys, like I said, even the way it is now, if I wanted to add a zipper to it, I can still add a zipper. I just have to use the zipper that is separatable, and then I'm just going to sew one side of it here and one side of it here, and then find a way to tuck in the edge, the end of the zipper. But I don't want a zipper added to mine. I just like it this way. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. This is what the pant looks like here. So yeah, that's basically it. Guys, please subscribe to the channel, and bye.